What's up, guys? It is Thursday, June 8th. It's 1:53 p.m. and this is the crypto market update. We're going to dive into a couple altcoins during this one, like Velo, Flare, XLM. We'll cover BNB. Also, as well, too, we need to cover Songbird. I got Songbird in there, and obviously XRP. Then we'll dive into Bitcoin, the bond yields, and the market drivers as well, too. So starting off with the bond yields, we got rejected by the fib zone right here. So the fib forecaster, we got the 786 on the medium time frame. And then we have the micro time frame. We got the 1618 extension there. And then we have the 702 as well for the medium time frame. We got rejected in that zone. So now we're pulling back. Where could we pull back to? And I think we already are very close to it, the 786 of the micro move here. So the 786 right here, that's around 3.71. If we go to a lower time frame, let's go to like a 9-hour chart, this will change. So actually the 786 and how it's drawn from this low to this high is sitting right at 3.69. So if we come down, break 3.69, where we're going to go is down to this 1618 breakdown of the extension with the 0 for the medium fib as well too. So those are the levels for the bond yields. But right now it filled the gap up here. So it came up, filled the gap. Now we're pulling back down. So far it got rejected at that key level that we've been outlining for a bit now. Also, you have that trend line coming down as well too. Or actually, it didn't even come up to the trend line. You could pull it in a little bit, could pull it in. You could say that this was just an overshoot, came back down, rejected once, rejected twice. Now we're coming down, likely to test that 786 to the downside, which will coincide with this trend line right here. So if I go back to the 9-hour, you'll see, yeah. So if it pulls down to the 786 here, it's coinciding with this short-term trend line. If we break that, we're going to come down to the 1618. But honestly, with the micro fib, so the red one, usually if we break down from a 786, we'll come down to the 2618 extension of the breakdown, which will probably coincide with the 786 of the macro move right here, which is this low to, perfect. So this low to this high, the 786 is right at the 2618 breakdown of the extension. So likely we'll come back down, retest that 3.4%. And we just been ranging in this zone here, going back and forth for about over like a year, like six to 9 months now, just ranging back and forth between right here and then up here. So it does look like we're getting rejected. If we look at the momentum, we are bearish in the momentum. Well, the stock our size crossed up, but if we look at the MACD and the TSI, we're starting to curl over right now. So if we look at the dollar rolled over like we were expecting. We have the blue crossing above the pink, so we're flipping to bearish. If you look, and we're on the 12-hour chart, if you look at when the pink got above the blue here, right, that was the trend change from downtrend in the dollar to an uptrend. So now we're seeing the opposite again, where we're seeing the blue get above the pink, and that, like back here, that was the start of the downtrend. So we're seeing that start to happen right now. Also last night on the group call, we had covered like the cycles. So we were kind of comparing back here, like the March 13th like time frame around here, to where we're at now. It's like just like back there, it was scary. You had Silvergate going down, you had the banking crisis just starting, and then all of a sudden, Bitcoin was starting to tank down. That was back like March 13th. So it started to tank down. It was scary, right? And then all of a sudden we saw a black swan turn to a golden swan moment. We popped up. And if we look at the dollar, really it was a result of the dollar just kind of messing around up here and not kind of choosing what it was going to do. And we're at a key level. So we were at a key level. We started to break up still. The uptrend in cryptos was over, but we got rejected here. And what I'm seeing right now is we're doing the same thing. So if we actually take the time cycle as well too with the dollar from that point around that scary moment, just like we're having a scary moment right now, we would bring like March 10th. So if we bring that out, 90-day cycle. So 90-day cycle. And so now that we've completed that 90-day cycle, we're seeing the rolling over of the TSI right on point. We could probably even chalk this up to be a 45-day cycle. So if we go from here to when we broke out and started going up, is around or when we saw the cross up in the TSI, it was around 40 days. So there's cycles, and now we're starting a downtrend cycle for the dollar and another uptrend cycle for Bitcoin and cryptos. That's what I believe. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but we're starting to see the same things pan out. We have the 90-day cycles in place. Starting to see the dollar roll over. We're seeing the momentum shift to the downside with the TSI. We're seeing the stock RSI pulling down. We're seeing the blue getting ready to cross up here. And we have the time cycle matching up for the dollar, time cycle matching up for Bitcoin as well too. If we take a look at that, we have just like we were comparing March 10th, scary moment, all that stuff. And we saw what the dollar did. And then we ultimately popped up just like right now. And the other day, scary moment, we popped down. It was looking like we were going to break down, and then we popped up, and we're just waiting for an additional kind of announcement, a catalyst, or just the dollar to keep breaking down harder. And then this is going to pop up, and I feel like it's going to do another one of these moves. So that's all lining up. And if we take the cycle of that, so 90-day cycle, right? 90 days. So I believe that we're at the tail end of this kind of lull period in crypto, and we're going to see an announcement or a catalyst or a news event that will get it to spike up. And when it does spike up, I think it's going to be a big one because we have this downtrend like this. So we got rejected there, rejected. So as soon as we pop up and get above 27,500, 27,600, it's on. But we need to see candle body closes above. So let's look at and go back to now the stock market. What I'm seeing there is we are seeing on the 12-hour chart, we actually got supported by the EMA ribbon. And if I pull up the 786, so from this high down to this low, I already have drawn. Oh yeah, actually we came from this low to this high. We got supported by the 786. And now let's see if we're getting rejected by the 786 to the upside now. So we have this high down to the low here. So we so far got rejected from the 618. So let's see how the momentum's going. Momentum right now in the TSI is crossed down, stock RSI is down, but that's a 12-hour chart. Let's go to a 1-day chart. So we are seeing the 1-day TSI cross down, and we are seeing the stock RSI cross down. We are starting to see the blue come up, the pink come down. And then let's look at the 3-day chart. Yeah, so to me, it does look like, definitely looks like the stock market, the US Nasdaq 100 is going to pull back, probably retest this 200 moving average, the red line here, which will coincide with the EMA ribbon and also coincide with this trend line coming up that we started from the beginning of this year in January. And then we had it in March 10th, right? March 10th. So those 90-day cycles. And then I think we're going to come down and test that again for the stock market. So if we pull that, this is actually 63 days. Then we go to here. 63 days right here. So we probably should have rolled over. Yeah, honestly, we probably should have rolled over because cryptos did, but the stock market didn't. And I think it was because of NVIDIA. So you'll see a little skew of the data when it comes to this with the cycles based off of some outliers. But as far as the Bitcoin and dollar cycle, to a T. So we're sitting at 26,480 for Bitcoin right now. We just saw the 6-hour candle close. So let's look at that chart. And let's pull up the Fib forecaster. And yeah, we've been holding that Fib zone as support for the past 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. So like for the past 36 hours, about a day and a half, we've been holding that Fib zone as support. And we've seen like us come down to it. We see the wicks there. The bodies are closing above, and we're starting to change the trend. We're starting to change the trend right now. So if we pull up and go down to the 9-hour chart or up to the 9-hour chart, yeah, we can see the bodies closing above there. This is such a critical zone. We came down to its support, came up, down to its support, came up, down to it, broke below, scary moment, but then ultimately popped right back up, came usually. And when you have a spike like that, you got to come back down to get more juice to then actually get up through these key resistance zones. So 27,123 is where the 786 is from this high down to this low. So we need to come up and break that first off. But ultimately, I do think we need to break above the 786 of this bigger move, which is from this high down to this low, which is around 27,770. So getting above 27,800 will get us out of the woods here. And we'll be breaking that trend line coming down. And like I said, I think we're going to have a big move. And I think we'll immediately shoot up to around 29 to 30K. I believe that would be the case. Granted, this is if there's no black swan type of moments, no tether, no kind of anything like that happening. So let's look at the momentum and the signals on the 12-hour chart, because we have the 12-hour prepare to buy soon right now. The 12-hour candles are holding the bodies above. We actually found support on the 786 on this medium Fib fib time frame, which was this low to this high. So I think it was from here. So this low, this low to that high, we actually broke below it and then got back up. And right now we've been holding above it. So that's solid right there. And then if we look at the momentum, we already have the prepare to buy soon. We need to see the TSI cross up. We see the TSI cross up, MACD cross up, as well as the stock RSI kind of cross back up here. Then we'll get that 12-hour buy now signal. And this 12-hour candle closes in 5 hours and 55 minutes. So we still got, the rest of the day to see if we can get some strength in here to get that cross up. But if we get that cross up, it's likely we're very close to the zero line. We get that cross up, I believe we're going to start to move up like that. And that'll be a big move. Even looks like we're doing like a little inverse head and shoulders to fulfill that move as well. I think that's going to be the case. Then let's go to the 4-hour chart, because I believe we're doing some hidden bullish divergence. Oh no, that was on the XLM chart. Yeah, so right now Bitcoin does look like it has the momentum to keep shooting up here, but we definitely need to see on the 4-hour chart us get above the zero line in the TSI, because then that will spill over in the 12-hour chart and that will get us to where we want to go. But right now we still need to watch the 26,358 level. We need to hold that as support. Worst case scenario, coming back down to touch 26,000 like 121, but we don't want to go anything lower than that. Then it's starting to get a little risky. So that's where the support is, and where we need to get above on the upside. If we go to Songbird right now, Songbird's doing some massive bullish divergence, because we have this trend line that stretches all the way back from May of 2022, and we touch that when lower support, and we just tapped it again. We could even kind of drag this up a little bit. So at the same time as us doing lower lows in the price action, we're doing higher lows in the TSI, and this on a 3-day chart. So it's pretty big divergence. We have a low, higher low so far right now. And you can see how it's like the similar structures as well too. We have our pop up, we come back down, and then we have our pop up, we come back down. So we're at the end phase, kind of like over here. And over here, where I do think Songbird will have a pop up at least to like 0.0088. But likely if we can get back above the 0.01 level for Songbird, it's going to shoot. So Songbird likely has bottomed at this point, but doesn't mean it's just going to immediately shoot up, even though it has a nice wick right now. But it could go sideways for a bit, but I do expect a pop out of Songbird pretty soon. So then let's go to actually Flare next, because Flare is flashing a 4-day prepare to buy soon. We have a 4-day prepare to buy to soon. We have a 3-day prepare to buy soon. We have a 2-day prepare to buy soon. We have a 1-day prepare to buy soon. We have a 12-hour prepare to buy soon. We have an 11-hour prepare to buy soon as well too over here. We have the 9-hour prepare to buy soon. We have the 6-hour prepare to buy soons. We have the 4-hour prepare to buy soons, and we're getting a buy now right now on this candle. So we have to wait 1 hour and 52 minutes for that confirmation. And then we have a 3-hour prepare to buy soon and buy now that came in, a 2-hour prepare to buy soon and buy now that came in, and a 1-hour prepare to buy soon and buy now that came in back here. So Flare, given that it has high time frames prepare to buy soons, 4-day, 3-day, 2-day, 1-day, let's check the 5-day, and a 5-day, let's check a 6-day. No 6-day, but a 5-day, 4-day, 3-day, 2-day, 1-day, 12-hour, 11-hour, 9-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour prepare to buy soons, plus the 4-hour buy now, 3-hour buy now, 2-hour buy now, 1-hour buy now. That's exactly how we go about the strategy for the checklist for the Stargate signal swing trading. So I like Flare where it's at right now. I think it's very undervalued, and preferably I'd rather buy into Flare over Songbird given the monthly airdrops for Flare. So Flare is the move, I would say, against versus Songbird. But both of them usually move together. So that's some extra confluence as well too. If Songbird's bottomed here, Flare's likely bottomed here. And given all those factors of the multiple prepare to buy soons and the buy nows coming in on the lower time frames, it's likely Flare has bottomed as well. And I actually shared kind of the process of this trade in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, link is in the bio, come join it. We have the trade process here. And I outlined as far as what I was seeing. We have multiple bullish divergences on like lower time frames for Flare, also the high time frame buy warnings, the low time frame buy nows, and also too, I was taking a look at Flare versus Bitcoin. So I double checked Flare to Bitcoin, and we had this low to this high. We broke down from the 786, and where did we go to? The breakdown 1618 extension. We have this trend line coming down, acting as support. So double checking with Flare against Bitcoin, it checks out as well too. So I like Flare right now where it's at. So now let's go into XRP. So XRP right now is at 0.5196, and we're on the 9-hour chart. And it's crazy because with the new indicator updates and everything like that, we had covered in the group session last night, we got the Fib forecaster, and we had the overlap here. And, this was the zone that we need to break above to see XRP shoot and fire up crazy. But it came right to it, and it actually had the wick. You can see the wick tapped right there. So it tapped right at there. And we had the bearish divergence tag come in. So that was some signs right there, as well as that XRP was going to roll over. And that was ahead of time, right before we started to have this whole SEC drama and debacle. So even right there, we had the bearish divergence. We were in the zone. We rolled over. And then if we go to the 12-hour chart, we had the sell warnings and sell now come in, and the bearish divergence there as well too. So yeah, there was many signs as far as a little bit of relief. But right now we're at 0.5193. I've been saying that we got to hold 0.5050 to remain short term going to the upside. I want to see that level hold. And then ultimately we need to get back above 0.525, then 0.535, then take a stab at 0.545. And then if it's the 0.50, the 0.52, 0.53, 0.54 fives, if we can take out each and one of those, then we're going to immediately shoot up, and it will be a rocket ship as far as getting to the 63 cents, 73 cents, potentially even $1. But first we got to get through those levels. It's so important. Right now we are holding at, and if we break the 0.5050 level as support, then it's likely we're going to come down to 0.4968. That's the 1618 of us breaking up kind of past the 786 here. So it's likely we'll retest that level. But also too, we have the 200 moving average sitting as support right there around 0.50. And usually when we break down from the 200 moving average, it's not good. Let me actually hide some of these things here. So this is the first time in so long that we actually got back above and holding multiple candles above that support for the 200 moving average. So it's been 3, 6, 9, 12 days so far of above the 200 moving average on the 3-day chart. We tried up here back in Marchish, April. We got rejected. Usually that's the case after testing it once, but we're testing it again. Hopefully we can stay above, but usually if we don't, we come back down. Usually on the third time's the charm always. So I'm really looking at how this is the first time as well too. On the super guppy, we have the blue coming in. If we go to the past, when this was the case, like we didn't see any blue coming in this whole bear market from 2018 all the way down to 2020. Then we had a pop up. And then right when we started to see our light blue, this is more confluence to everything that I was sharing last night in the group call and in the videos the past couple of days for XRP. I believe we're at this point right here where we're going to see a big shoot up. And if we're looking at this last bear market, the point where on the 3-day chart, the light blue on the super guppy came in. So I'll change the color of this so it's not confusing. But right here, when the blue came in and we're above the 200 moving average was when we had that shoot. So when I shared that screenshot of kind of what I'm seeing for XRP and how in the next 10 days there's going to be a big move out of it, and I think it might be to the upside based off if the news calls for that. This is another confirmation of this is the light blue. We went for the first time in years. Light blue comes in, bang, we go. This is the first time since November 2021 we've seen the light blue. But this was at the tail end of the bear market. This was at the beginning of the bull market. So this is the first time since November 2020 where we're entering into a bull market and the light blue flashed. So there's a lot of confluence right now as far as that goes. So huge sign. I just actually noticed this live. So that's more confluence as far as XRP is really about to kick up here soon. Maybe one little fake out pull down, but then ultimately if we hold that support here and we start to chug up back to the 0.5250, 0.5350, then likely it's going to be the one that really takes off. Because looking at that screenshot I had shared, on XRP. I think, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So looking at this screenshot of XRP on the 12-day chart, looking at the movements, comparing the black swan moments, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, to me, it seems to be the case. So let's go to XRP dominance, because XRP dominance, we can take a look at the multiple kind of pairs on the charts. XRP dominance, XRP to USD, XRP to Bitcoin, XRP to Ethereum, and XRP dominance actually broke above this critical zone where the fibs overlap, which is the 4236 of the micro move, the 786 of the medium move right here, and then the 786 as well for the macro move as well too. So these medium and macros are lining up. So let me actually go to like a 9-hour chart. Yeah, so we're right sitting below this key resistance. If we can break above 2.60% for XRP dominance, then we could shoot up to 3.15% for the dominance. And if the dominance is shooting up, usually that's a great sign for the USD chart as well too. Maybe if we pull back down here, we'll just retest 2.44%. I wouldn't want to see us come back down anything lower than that, to be honest. I wouldn't want to see us come back down into this zone. I'd want to see us hold above 2.44% if that's the case. So then let's go to XLM. XLM keeps flirting with this fib zone, breaking below the 786 right now on the 4-hour chart. We do have an hour and 43 minutes left for this to close. We go to the 2-hour chart. Yeah, so right now we did close that 2-hour candle below it. We are pushing down right now, but this support here at 0.08675 has been tapped so many times. So that's a key support level. If we break that, maybe we'll come back down and we'll go from this low, that wick, to the high here, which is sitting around like 0.0865. We could just kind of have a fake breakdown, come back up type of thing. If we do break the 0.0855, like this zone here, then if we go out to a 1-day chart and we look at where the 786 of the macro move is from this low to this high, it's sitting around 0.081. So we could have a pull down to the 786 of the macro move, which will be a breakdown extension on the medium fib to the 1618. And likely at that point, we would see the bottom come in for XLM, if that's going to be the case. And that's only like a 5% drop from here. It's not anything too bad as far as if we were to fall. But if we go to the 1-day chart and we look at the momentum, we do have the stock RSI cross down on the 1 day, and we do have the TSI cross down, and the MACD just printed red. Could be a little bit of a fake out, but let's go to the 4-hour chart, because I was seeing some hidden bullish divergence here as far as we have the MACD kind of having a low, higher low. So we had a big MACD volume sell off, a smaller one. We have had price go low, lower low. So even though XLM looks not the best, in the indicators down here, the oscillators, it's showing some hidden strength. It's showing that it wants to turn around and have a pop up here. So we're close. We're very close to that being the case, and for that bullishness to show itself. But you can never be too sure, because just like back here, we're close, and then bang, it comes in. You know, we had the dark red come in and us kind of have a fake out there. But we're getting close now. We'll know in the next 8 hours, 12 hours here, as far as if we're going to see some dark red pull in, or if we're actually going to cross the green, see this TSI cross up as well too. And then likely XLM will be bottom, given it's at a key zone right now as well. So then let's go into Velo. So Velo right now is testing this trend line that we had put back in the middle of May or late May. Let's go to the 12-hour chart actually. So we've got the trend line here, rejected. Right now we're trying to press up above it. If we put the short-term trend line like this, we're holding that as support. So I would say if Velo comes back down and breaks 0.0032, 0.0031, likely we'll take this trade off and put it into something like Flare or something like that. Actually, I don't know though, because we have the 50 moving average coming and curling around. That served as an area of resistance all back in April, all back in March, all back in May. And it usually we'll come back down, retest it as support, and then we can fire up and hit this 200 moving average. So Velo is definitely going to stay on the radar, but we want to see that TSI cross up and us remain above the zero line. We don't want to see us keep moving down here. If we start to see the momentum still go down, then we'll likely take that position off. On the 1-day chart, we are sitting close to the 50 line. We're trying to cross up right now, so we need to see some movement out of Velo to the upside. It's holding the 50 moving average on the 1-day chart. We need to see a pop up and give this 200 moving average a retest around 0.004. We got to see that. And if it pops up here, I do believe that it's going to break through it, that resistance, because we have the TSI above the zero line on the 1-day going sideways right now. And if we can have that pop up, we're going to see us go vertical and we're going to see dark green spike come in. And usually that's a sign of some immediate short-term bullish explosive moves. So that's Velo. If I'm looking to short anything, it's BNB. So 262.5 right now, BNB's at. We're on the 5-day chart. If we see these void lines start to open up, the mouths open up, which we're starting to see a sneak peek of it, but so far it's holding support. If we even go a little bit lower, right, we have this trend line back here, June 15th, 2022, then this one like December 15th of 2022, and then no surprise, June 10th, 2023. Like I've been saying, the cycles. So you have for this one a 6-month cycle, and then for here another 6-month cycle. So in the next 10 days for BNB, it's a matter of there's going to be a big move. Is it going to be a big move to the downside, or is it going to bounce and have a heavy move to the upside? Given the recent kind of narrative going on right now, I'd expect to be finally the time where BNB actually goes down and tanks, because everybody has been calling for a BNB short for months now, for years now, and it's never been the case. It's remained solid, but usually you'll see, the news come out that will negatively affect it for it to finally happen. Sometimes it sounds too good to be true, but this could be the time that actually it does tank through this level. So that is highly on the radar. If I look at this low to this high we put up here, so we came down to the 702, 786 on this last 180-day cycle. If we pull this over and kind of see where we're at as far as this cycle, so we're at the 702, we have yet to touch the 786. So if it breaks below 243 and we're seeing a bad narrative and news for BNB at that time, and we're seeing that 5-day void lines really opening up, we're seeing the momentum on the 1-week chart crossing down below that zero line, we're seeing the blue spike up. Yeah, we're probably going to take a short on that for sure, because it has a long ways to go. And we have the 200 moving average on the weekly chart sitting right there as well too. So if we break that, it's no good. We could fall literally 83% in BNB. And that's a lot of money, because BNB is like on coin market cap, it's number 4. So falling 80%, like BNB could be at a 4 billion market cap. Where's the 30 billion or where's the 36 billion going to go? Right? What if it all went into XRP? That gets it to that dollar point, right? So if that were the case with BNB tanking, then likely that money's just going to move into other coins that are showing strength, XRP, right? So that's BNB. Then also too, I need to update the peer-to-peer screeners templates for the members again, because I noticed that when you click it, say this Cardano specific screener, when you click it and you have this works, the screener works 88 to others, 88 to Bitcoin, 88 to Ethereum, right? But this is the old bonus indicator. So I need to add the new bonus indicator, the updated one, the most recent, on the screener templates, and then save it and then send you guys the new one. So if you haven't already downloaded or set up your templates for this, that's good, because I need to update it again. And I'll do that today to add the new bonus indicator on it, the most updated one. And then I'll reshare that PDF with you guys so you guys can get access to all the different screeners again. Then if you weren't in the group session last night, I posted the live link here. And then in case you missed an announcement, so the group session from last night, it's about 4 hours long. It's in the in case you missed announcements, it's in the regular announcements, and it's in the live replay section of the group calls. So right up here, it's in the live replays as well too. We covered everything that's new at Stargate, everything that we've been working on the past month, and kind of what's to come. So definitely, if you weren't on the group call and you're a VIP member, go into the Discord and check out the group call, check out this PDF and the whole message that I sent with everything on there. A whole lot of new stuff on the way. Yeah, so I think that is it. Oh, I'm going to give everybody access to the new multi-time frame 7G star G8 indicator, which kind of analyzes the multiple time frames for you. So you don't have to flip through the charts and everything like that. It will do that all for you. And then the bot capabilities, soon. I'm working with a developer to get that all kind of tested out and finalized, make sure it's squeaky and it's working correctly. So when it comes to trading bots, you got to make sure it's stress tested, right? So we're stress testing that, making sure it's all good. And you'll hear us giving that update in the group session, the live replay. So definitely go watch that. And I think that's it. So I'll cover this kind of analysis that I had on XRP, big picture stuff. We're talking all the way 2014 and kind of what I'm seeing here for this. I'll cover that in a separate video. But for now, I will see you guys in the Discord. Come join it. Link is in the bio. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Let me know if you want me to do kind of some analysis on any other coin as well too. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.